On this afternoon show, we say hello to Mike in Charlotte, North Carolina, and he says, joins us here on Mad Dog Unleashed. Michael, good afternoon. What's going on today? What do you have?
How you doing?
Fine, Mike. Thanks. What's up?
I just think Matt Patricia is just a god-awful coach. I mean, they have the worst. Only in the NFL where you can have the worst team. I mean, defense.
How could anybody working for Belichick be an awful coach now? You think Belichick knows more about coaching than you and I do? Why would he keep him on staff if he's an awful coach? That doesn't make any sense.
I didn't say Belichick. I didn't say
yeah, but he works for Belichick. Belichick hired him. Mike, Belichick hired him. If he was that bad a coach, think he'd be on the staff?
Well, I guess after a while, friendship dealt him in. Because Tom Brady is keeping that man afloat. Believe me, that man, some of the games that New England lost this year was because the defense couldn't stop the opposing team. Tom Brady did what he did to bring them back, but the defense couldn't stop nobody.
Listen, they fixed the defense. It's been a lot better. Patricia's about maybe to get the Giant job for more reports. He's going to get a job coaching somewhere in the NFL, whether it's Detroit, the Giants, whoever it might be. Belichick, you're not going to work for Belichick very long if you're a lousy coach. Belichick. Listen, the guy's a genius. He went to RPI. You're going to have trouble convincing me that Matt Patricia can't coach. I mean, I'm simple. You want to tell me that if you're a defensive coach for New England with Belichick sitting there, you don't get the credit, that it's Belichick's defense, not you. Because that's his side of the ball where his forte lies. I'll buy that. All right, but, Patricia makes the play calls. I can't sit there and let you get away with saying that he's a lousy coach. Jai in Baltimore, Maryland. A weekend begins for Jai, so no chemistry schoolwork today, and he says hello. Hello, Jai. How are you? Okay, pal?
I'm good, Chris. How are you?
All right, Jai, thank you. What's on your mind now? Let me hear.
I'm going to give you my picks for the NFL divisional playoffs, but before I do, yesterday you were bringing up the sports events you want to do when you want to attend when you retire.
Right.
Have you ever been to a Steelers-Ravens game? I
have not. That's one I need to do too.
Yeah. I mean, you might have to bring a couple of bodyguards because it gets pretty violent. But
where is it worse, Pittsburgh or Baltimore?
Baltimore.
No, I would think that would be accurate. I get
Baltimore, has a high crime rate.
I take the train down there, the Amtrak, and I go to a ball game and take the train home. I mean, I love that town. I love the baseball stadium. I've seen the football stadium, never been in it. So, yeah, I could do that. Nice. It's a good stadium. So, Ravens and Steelers is something I will consider. All right, next. Go ahead.
All right. And I'll give you my picks in order. I think the Falcons are going to win 24-13. I remember the one performance that sticks out in my mind is the Eagles' performance that they had on Monday night, Christmas night.
Oh, they played terrible that night.
They played horrible against the Raiders.
Well, they haven't played well in 2 or 3 weeks. They didn't play that. They played poorly against Dallas, trying to play out the string. They were close against the Giants. They have not played well the last 3 weeks of the regular year. So if you wanted to say that they're primed to be picked off, I wouldn't argue with you. Go ahead.
Mm-hmm. Yep, and I think the Falcons they got 28-3 on their mind, that they're a man on a mission.
That's a good one. It's nothing wrong with that analysis. I can see that. All right, how about the other game tomorrow with the Titans against the Pats?
I think the Titans are in for a colossal butt whooping, 51-17.
Boy, you are. Wow.
Yeah, I hate the Pats, but the Titans, they got lucky because the Chiefs just wet the bed. I think Steelers with this Le'Veon Bell thing is going to be a distraction. I think the Jags have the Steelers number. The Steelers are an undisciplined team. I see 24-21. Win by last-second field goal. Blake Bortles puts together a decent job.
Well, you think so that is your upset, Jacksonville. And how about the Saints last game?
Saints, it's going to be a good game, best game of the weekend, I think, in my eyes. And the Vikings are going to host the AFC Championship game, 35-30.
All right, so
and Adam Thielen.
He's good. So you have the Vikings to win a close game with the spread. So the one upset is the Jacksonville outright winning a game against the Steelers. George in Staten Island, he's with us here. George, good afternoon. How are you today?
Hey, Chrissy, good to talk to you. Happy New Year. We go back from your first days on the fan. So good to see you.
All right, George, good to have you. Good to have you with us here. You haven't called in a long time. Good to have you back aboard. Go ahead. What do you have for me?
Okay, what I did is I've been very indifferent with the NFL this year because of the nonsense with the taking the knee. Okay, that being said, I really am getting excited about where the New York Giants are. This is the perfect time to clean house with the general manager, the head coach, the coaching staff. Come in with such a great pick. You know, you're going to wind up with a second. Maybe they do a trade, whatever it is. But it seems like the Giants may be opening the door now for some, pretty good seasons ahead of them. They should do well.
Well, again, George, they have the second pick in the draft. There's a million ways they can go there. I would think quarterback. We'll see. New GM in Gettleman who believes in size, defense, and running the ball, and they can bring a new coach in there. So if you're a Giant fan, it can't get worse than 3-13. John is in Ventura, California. Johnny, how are you today, pal? What do you have for me?
Hey, Doggy, how are you doing?
All right, John, thank you. What's up now?
Hey, I wanted to touch base on I think 2 or 3 callers ago about Patricia to the Giants, and you said that coaches under the Belichick era are great.
No, I said that. The caller said that Patricia's a lousy coach, and I said there's no way he can't be a lousy coach because there's no way Belichick would have him on his staff. Now, as far as him being a head coach down the road, it's been Romeo Crennel not great. Charlie Weiss was awful. I mean, it's tricky to see how that's going to work itself out. We'll have to wait and see here whether, in fact, the Belichick tree, how it plays itself out. Go ahead.
Doggy, that was pretty much what's going to be my point is I think those coaches work very well under the Belichick scheme, but when they get out on their own, they haven't been successful. Bill O'Brien also and Houston.
Well, we got to give O'Brien O'Brien hasn't had a quarterback yet. Plus, he went to Penn State and he did a good job. So,
good job in Penn State. But yep, Josh McDaniels.
Bad.
Yeah, I just don't think them coming out of the Patriot coaching tree guarantees that they're going to be a great head coach. Doug, hey, have a good weekend. Enjoy the game.
All right, Johnny.
We'll talk to you soon.
No, you got it. Listen, the Belichick, sometimes his coaching tree is tricky. Some of the coaches you would think coming from a great coaching staff would be wonderful. Richie Pettibone was terrible off the Gibbs staff. Sam Weish wasn't phenomenal off the staff with Walsh. And other times, guys are great off these staffs. So who knows? It took Belichick a long time to find his equilibrium once he left the Giants and the Browns were bad. So you'd have to take a chance on Belichick. Those two coordinators, if you are a team looking for a head coach, if you're not going to get a big-time guy who's got head coaching experience, I think you got to take a run at him, one or the other. Here's Patrick in Morristown, New York, Jersey, I should say. Patrick, good afternoon. How are you today?
Hey, good afternoon, Doggy. How's it going?
All right, Patrick, I'm doing well. Thank you. Yourself. What's on your mind now?
I just want to piggyback what you were saying before about the Patriots. I think their karma, their good vibes or something, they're due for a loss here. It could be some heartbreaking fashion or something, with the interception a few years ago and the big comeback in the fourth quarter.
I think the Patriots are due to lose a game. I just got to – you're not going to win all these close games all the time. The football gods are going to get one back on you. Right now, they're 2-1 up with the Super Bowl. They should have beaten the Giants in 2008. I shouldn't say should have beaten. They could have won. They were outplayed line of scrimmage, but the Giants got lucky at the end. They were certainly fortunate with Seattle, very fortunate last year, fortunate with Pittsburgh. I think they're due to lose a game. Now, I don't know if Tennessee is good enough, but I think they're due to lose a game.
Yeah, and I also just want to mention about the old show in New York that Bart Scott's been watching a lot of MLB Network. So he keeps mentioning that. So he's working hard. He's trying hard on the show.
Well, again, if you have to watch the baseball to catch up on the baseball, you're in trouble. Baseball is the sport out there, that you need to get involved in it when you're a little kid. I know a lot of people who've jumped on the NBA when they get a little older, jumped on the NFL. Baseball is a game they got to be there when you're 8, 9 years of age. It's you either got to have it in baseball. Baseball is a sport. You either have it or you don't. It's not a sport you're going to pick up when you're 30. Hey, I'm a baseball fan all of a sudden. It's there when you're a kid. Football you can pick up. Basketball you can pick up. Not baseball. Here is Mike in Jersey, and he's with us here on Mad Dog Unleashed. Mike, good afternoon. How are you today?
I'm doing well, Doggy. I hope you're doing well, too.
All right, Michael, thank you. What's up now? Let me have.
I'm just curious. I feel like a lot of people are discounting how good the Bills' defense was. I know that Bortles isn't necessarily, the cream of the crop, but, I mean, this Jacksonville team reminds me a lot of the Giants teams that were able to sneak through and pull it out because their defense is so strong. And whether you like Eli or not, I think earlier in his career you can liken him to a Bortles-type player. What do you think?
I understand their defense is very, very good. The Giant, and, Manning did struggle a little bit, but Manning had flashes in the postseason. Bortles hasn't had that yet. I'd be very worried about the Jacksonville offense. I don't think he's ain't getting around it. I mean, I know going into the 08 playoffs, Manning hadn't done anything, but he did have 3 or 4 real good games before he got to the Super Bowl that year, and he played very well against the Patriots in Week 17 when they almost knocked him off when they were going for the unbeaten regular season. Be careful with Bortles here. Be careful. Coming back.